You might be able to hear a chainsaw in the distance over there. Someone's doing some work in another part of the woods. So yeah, this video is it's a mishmash of 2 weekends from up here. We came up last weekend. I wanted to fell a tree to get some firewood, and we cooked a curry over the campfire, but the problem was it got dark really quickly and I didn't have my lantern with me, so filming became difficult, so I didn't really complete that video. But what I'll do now is I'll roll some of the footage from earlier on in the day and I'll catch up with you in a moment. Perfect. Managed to get that to land just where I wanted it to. So I'm glad that tree came down without much grief. So what we're doing is we're felling the Scots pine, which are native to the UK, but they're not native to the Vale of York, and we're replacing them with oak and birch and a few other species as well. So this isn't just you know, destroying the forest. It's part of a process, a management plan to replace the pines with the native species for this area. We've got about 14 or 15 oak saplings ready to plant this winter. So I might look at felling a few more trees in this area and we can get a couple of oaks in there, because what I don't want to do is plant new trees and then have to fell around those new trees, because you know, you kind of increase the risk of damaging the saplings. So you know, I've really got to kind of think ahead and get a space cleared out to replant. Yeah, so I didn't really manage to film the cooking on the evening, but I had a couple of nice beers. One was a Timothy Taylor's Bolt Maker Real Ale, which was good, and then I had a Salter Hell's Bavarian Lager, which is another really nice beer. I definitely recommend those two, but I've got more beers today. I've actually got a home brew, a Viking Ale, which was made by Triss. She does do the odd bit of home brewing. And I've got a limited edition Brew Dog beer, which we'll get round to opening at some point. But I'm not going to do any campfire cooking. I'm just going to have a fairly light meal tonight. Just had a full fry up before I left the house, so that should keep us going for a while. So yeah, haven't really been up to much since we came back from Glenfeshie up in Scotland. To be honest, I've been feeling a bit under the weather. I had like a chest infection and a pretty bad cough which is still lingering, but I just haven't been in the mood to get out and do anything. Plus the weather's been naff. It's just rained and it's been windy as hell. But next week or the week after, hopefully I'll sort myself out and get out with my backpack again, I think, and do a bit of hiking. So we're getting the firewood prepped. Well, I say we, it's me. For this evening. I want to do it before it gets dark. I mean, the sun's already beginning to set. I think it's about 3:30. It's a Friday afternoon, so it'll be beer o'clock or G&T o'clock for Tris very shortly, I think. It's actually not that cold. I think it's about 17 degrees today, which is crazy given that it's, I think it's like the 29th of October or something like that. Little bits of hazel like this, pointless splitting them. Even stuff like this, once the fire gets going, you can just chuck them straight on. But I'll split that like. Am I ruining your peace and quiet, Tris?
Yes.
Bugger to split that thing. So we've got the firewood prepared for this evening, so I'm going to take the opportunity to drink one of Tris's Viking ales. So this is home brew. I think she used a Finnish recipe for this. It's got the usual suspects in here: hops, barley and juniper berries, I believe. So Tris does quite a bit of moonshine. She brews wine. Do you brew wine or ferment wine? Either way. We've got a cherry tree in the garden, and every year we get, we must get about 10-15 kilograms of cherries from it. So we make cherry wine and all that kind of stuff. But yeah, I've never brewed beer before, but Tris has done it a few times now, so. Oh, that does smell nice. You can smell the juniper berries in it. A lovely fruitiness. Yeah, so this is the first ever homebrew review on the channel. I've got the glass so we can just check the colour out. Looking good so far. Look at that. That's a lovely colour. Let's try and get a head on that. That looks fantastic. Oh wow, look at that. That's a beautiful looking glass of beer. Yeah, that's pretty nice. Yeah, that's alright, that, like, it's got the juniper berries have given it a little bit of a tang, almost like, you know, like a fruity IPA. It's not very bitter. Yeah, that's nice. You know what, that's on par. Trace, this is on par with you know, them kind of expensive fruity IPAs that you get in the supermarket. Yeah. So we're going to get the fire on now. I'm using my normal technique, which is to lay down bits of wood like this, which is pretty difficult to split, on the bottom of the fire pit. I build a fire on top and just let it burn down. Now I've got one of these fire lighters that I'm going to use. Now some people can put a spark directly onto these and light them, but I always struggle with that. Well, I'll give it a go actually. I'll see if I can just get it going without having to use other tinder. Oh, there you go. Well, result. Just get some of these. Pine. Bit of pine kindling on top there. So we've brought the Coleman lantern with us for tonight. We forgot to bring it last week. That's why it was pretty dark and it was really hampering our efforts to film. But this thing's fantastic. The only problem is we haven't got any matches. We've run out of them. So I'm going to have to get inventive to try and light this thing later on. So it's time for beer number 2. I picked this one up the other day. It's a limited edition from Brewdog. It's called Rattle and Rum. I'll just read you the blurb. Limited and exclusive small batch release rum and oak chip stout, 7.4%. Anything else on here? No, I think that's it. So a Rattle and Rum and oak chip stout. So let's give it a go. We knew what colour this was going to be, didn't we? I poured this and I had to run and change the camera battery. So yeah, a little bit of fruitiness, almost like a licorice smell coming through. Let's give it a taste. That is rich. Wow, that is full-bodied, deep, rich flavour. I'm kind of getting, it's quite something very smooth about it. Chocolatey, like a very smooth, chocolatey flavour coming through. Oh, it's beautiful. Yeah, that is fantastic. If you like dark beers or if you're a fan of stouts, then that is beautiful. Trish has just come for a taste. Okay, selling a frame, man.
That is nice. That's like a nice stout, isn't it?
Yeah, well, it is a stout. Yeah.
Is it a stout?
Of course it's a stout, huh? I mean, look at the colour of it. Rattle and Rum.
Oh.
It's
very chocolatey.
Rum and oak chip stout. Yeah, I'm getting chocolate, like good, like rich chocolatey flavour. Another drink.
Yeah, I'll just take that.
Bring it here. You can't see it, but there's a pheasant up that tree. And I once got attacked by a pheasant quite recently. Oh, see, it's getting edgy. Well folks, it's well and truly dark now. The sun has set and we've just heard the first calls of the tawny owl. The fire's giving off a lovely bit of heat. Are you warm enough, Tris?
Yeah, I'm warm enough.
We've got the Coleman lantern on about half power. I've still got some of the Brew Dog beer. I mean, it's a 7.4% ale, so I'm taking it easy. We're probably going to get some dinner on later on. It's nothing flash. We've just got some, do you know what, I don't even know what they are. They're like,
they look like chicken Kievs.
yeah, they're like Kiev type things, almost like a fish cake but with no fish in them. Well, I've got the reflector oven with me, so we're just going to put that up and just heat them up for 20 minutes, half an hour by the side of the fire, and then have them with salad and coleslaw. That'll do, won't it, Trish?
Fantastic.
Yeah, well, that's all we've got. So we just hiked back to the car to get dinner for tonight, and we took the lantern with us. So this lantern is the Coleman Powerhouse unleaded 295. It's a really nice bit of kit. I mean, you might be able to hear on the microphone the hissing sound that it gives off. It is a pressure lantern, so you do have to put up with that, but it puts out some really good quality light, and it's excellent for walking through the woods with. Sometimes I use a head torch, which is great if you want to keep your hands free, but on the downside you'll get every insect within a square mile just flying towards your face. So you end up with like big moths bouncing off your cheeks and stuff. You don't get that with a handheld lantern, so I prefer it, to be honest. So we're going to be using the Finnish reflector oven to heat up our dinner. So this is what it looks like when it's all packed down. Nice and compact. Then you just lift it up like that, and it all kind of drops into place. You just push this bit back here, and it's got a little, it's got a little thing that comes down like that, and then you've got this wire that slots through, and that's your little oven. It works great. I don't use it very often, but when I do, I'm always really impressed with it. And I tend to use a Trangia non-stick frying pan as like a bacon tray. So Trish is getting hungry, so I'm going to set this up. Any good, Trish?
Really nice.
Well folks, that was a pretty decent night in the shed. Got to bed about 10:30, woke up about 9:30, so you know, it's a good rest, which is what you need on a weekend. So got up this morning, got the wood burner on, got a coffee on the go, and now we're just about to pack up and head off. Unfortunately the weather's changed. It was lovely and clear last night, and we could see the stars above the treetops, but it's clouded over now and it's miserable. But that's the autumn weather for you, isn't it? So anyway, we're going to pack up and head on out. So as ever, thanks for watching. We'll see you again in the next one.